your folks will have access to them. All right, so the call is now being recorded, and we're going to start our morning mentorship call, folks. So once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. We just came off an absolute powerful weekend. For those who weren't able to make it, man, I wish you were able to make it, but it's okay. We got another event coming up, and I definitely want you to push hard to get to that event. It's going to be absolutely powerful. It's going to be phenomenal because we're going to have some special speakers there as well, too. We're going to have some new products that are released there as well. But here's what I'll tell you. We go from event to event for a reason. I'm gonna tell you for myself. So me and Wanda, we're in our stage in life where we're going for that. Of course, $1 million in 1 year. We've always been shooting for that over the past 7 years. And of course, it requires consistent, persistent energy. And going to London was just confirmation of where my head needed to be at. There was some ownership, and some of you may look at me and say, "Hey, I think you're doing a good job. I think you already got it going on." But then sometimes there's that internal person inside your head that says, "Randy, yeah, and I want you guys to really listen to this. Just because you may be getting praised by others because of the intensity that you have going towards your business or whatever the thing that you're doing, doesn't mean that's the highest intensity level you can give. You see, there is times where your best, there's times where your average may look like someone's best, but you're not giving your all. Your way. It's that thing where hard work beats talent. Sometimes you may be talented to an area where you can coast and you can do the thing where it looks like you're excelling high, but really there's a whole nother level. So this call today, if I can tell anything, is really find your level. Let's find your best, because your best, okay, or your average may be someone else's best, and you're getting that kind of that rub on the shoulder. You're getting that pat on the back, but really you're not giving your all. You know what, folks, let me be honest. When I went to that event, I realized, I said, Randy, there's another level. And there's another level, and you've been coasting. And there are things that you can do inside your business that you haven't been applying, and that you can. And so we're going to talk about, what is your best? Are you going the max, right? Are you pushing up into the last rep when no one's looking, okay? Are you making the last call when no one's looking? One of the big things coming from each and every speaker from that stage, no matter what their talk was about, they all had one underlying thing that they all said. You got to stay consistent. You got to be persistent at what you want, okay? And then you got to consistently stay persistent, okay? And then you never should quit. The Yankees owner, he talked about his, how he got to where he's at. And I'll tell you, he had valleys, okay? He had his peaks. But one of the things that he really exposed is that, he stayed persistent even during the times where it wasn't going good for him, okay? So I'm going to just talk about a couple things that we took out of London, and then we're just going to talk about how to move to the next level. We're going to talk about our 90-day run. So here we are, folks, the next event. I want you to mark your calendars. I have an app on my phone called Countdown. So if you want to download that app called Countdown, okay, what I want you to do, in that Countdown app, I want you to do 90 days from today, okay? And then I want you also go put the event in there. Our event is September 4th through the 6th in Houston. Like I said, if you haven't got your tickets yet, go ahead and commit to doing that. If you're on this call, I'm assuming you're already a leader and you want to become a leader, so go ahead and book that ticket. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Side note, we had some teammates, I had 2 teammates come up to me that were there that I didn't really know about. They were in someone's downline who quit, who's not in anymore, but they got a ticket. They came there, they met me, and they said, "Hey, I came here, and what the funny part is, I was just focused on trading." But they said, now I think I want to build this. After going to the event, they had a perspective change, all because of what they seen from stage. Also had a brand new person, okay? France, Kenya came. She just went in her back office, signed up, showed up, and same thing, the same exact statement. I wasn't thinking about building. I didn't really know about it. But now that I'm here and I like everything they're talking about, I'm going to do it. And so I want you guys to think, if all that you did over the next 6 months is just promote and get your people to the event, do you know that would be a life changer for them? Do you know the more people that you get to the event, the more believers that you create inside your business? Why? Why do we build event for event? Because every last one of us have that little small bit of doubt that sometimes kick in, whether it's saying, if I'm good enough, will this even happen? Will I make $500,000 a month one day. Is that really what God has for him? Is that really going to happen? You get that small little kick of doubt in your head because maybe you start calculating or you try to be logical and you're like, well, over this amount of time, I haven't even got to Platinum 150. You're talking about me getting to chairman over the next 90 days. Guess what, folks? The way that network marketing works is, yes, that can happen. You are 3 customers away from a game changer, and it's just making the right decision. You get your customers in and you integrate them into the system. You never know the type of customer that you're going to produce. Guess what? That happened to my mentor. All of a sudden, someone signs up in their downline. A couple signs up in their downline, never did network marketing before, and they show up. They're ready for it. So understand your business can change month to month. And the only thing that you can control is your daily activity. Okay, you can't even control really the results, but you can control your journey. You can control your energy. You can control your daily activities, because that's the important part. Really, the truth is, it's not about the results. It's only about what happens throughout the journey that creates the person who's going to get the results. See, the results don't come until the person is created. That's what we got to see. But sometimes we don't see that. And when we don't get the results, we fall back, therefore not becoming the person that gets the results, becoming the person we should become. So when we're talking about going chairman, okay, well, you got to become a certain chairman. Chairman is more, chairman is not just a rank, okay? It's things that chairman do to get to that level. And if you get to chairman and not the right way, it's going to go back immediately. Why? Because there is a journey that must be had. There are things that must be learned. There's leadership that must be learned before you step and become a chairman, before you're leading 500 people. Let's talk about it. Forget talking about it in the terms of rank. Let's talk about it in the terms of leadership, okay? What we're talking about, you hit chairman 10, that means you're now leading 500 people to the promised land, okay? When you hit chairman 25, that means you're now leading 1,250 people to the promised land. When you get to chairman 50, that means you're leading 2,500 people. So question, if you're having an issue leading 3, leading 12, do you think you know what it takes to become a chairman? Are you acting as a chairman? You see what I'm getting at, folks? If we can't first lead ourselves, then we can't lead anybody that's going to be coming after us, right? If we can't lead 3, 12, 30 people, okay, then we're not operating so that we can become a chairman. So what, from this perspective now, what has to happen is you got to start operating like a chairman, okay? You got to create some independence. You got to create that consistency, that persistency. Question, you know, when there wasn't a presentation going in your market, when we didn't have these live Zooms, when I was away in London, did someone step up and say, you know what, if we don't have a presentation, I'm going to be the presentation. I'm going to do this. No, because if you weren't thinking that way, then you're not ready for chairman. Chairman is not on your radar whatsoever. Okay, I'm just being a mentor right now. I want to be frank. Okay, if I don't do a presentation, Wanda doesn't do a presentation, Jazz doesn't do a presentation, you know, Sakina doesn't do a presentation, are you presenting still? Or are you like, or is this the first thing that's happening? Your text message, your upline say, hey, you doing a presentation? When is the next presentation? If your question is, when is the next presentation, instead of, I'm going to do a presentation today to fill that blank in so I can show my people, so I can grow my business because I know the person who holds the clicker gets paid quicker, then you're not ready for chairman. Let me be real, right? If you've been 1 year, 2 years in, and we're still talking about the same thing going through the back office, and you're still trying to figure out what the comp plan looks like, you're not ready for chairman. Why do I say that? Because I want to be quite frank. When I came into this company, folks, okay, yes, I was a top earner in another company, but understand, it's not about the rank, okay? It was all about the journey. It was all about the leadership. It was all about what I learned, you know, getting to that level in that last company and then coming over here, just applying the same things there and applying the same things here. Why? Because of the leadership. It was the stuff in between that mattered. So what was those in-between things that mattered, okay? The in-between things was independence. If it's to be, it's up to me, okay? That's one, right? Taking responsibility, taking ownership for where I'm at in my organization, okay? That's one. The next thing, right? If someone else is not doing it, I'm doing it, right? I'm gonna create this. There's not a system, I'm not gonna whine about it. What's next? See, there's a lot of different things that are gonna happen in your entrepreneur journey, and you're gonna have a question to ask yourself, okay? You're gonna see what the issue is. There's a problem, there's an issue. And then the next question you should ask yourself is, okay, there's the problem, what's next? okay? Or maybe you might have some issues going on at home or wherever what's happening, some excuses, okay? Because understand, anything that's now allowing us to get to the next level in our life, and we say, but I have this going on, but this is going on, but this is going on. Let me tell you, regardless of what it is, folks, listen to me, I get it. It's an excuse. So I want you to start saying, when you start going through, every line and excuse that you have of why you're not successful today, I want you to, at the end of everything, I want you to say, now what? What's next? Because that's what the success brain is going to do. It's going to try to figure it out. And once it figures it out, that's helping you through your journey. That's getting you ready to start coaching others to get past stagnant points in their life or in their business. Okay. So let me just go over some of the things they talked about in London. And then we're going to rock and roll for this. We got 2 90-day runs to go into, folks. I know that we got chairman. What I'm looking for over the next 6 months, I know that we can pop 30 brand new chairman 10s over the next 6 months. And I don't care where you are. You might be on this call right now. You don't have anyone on your team. You might be on this call and maybe you were at a rank and you dropped back. Maybe you started in network marketing. It doesn't matter who you are on this call. Everyone on this call is qualified to become a chairman and start leading 500 people over the next 6 months. And so I'm gonna tell you exactly how to get there. So, straight out of London, let me just talk about some of the things they went over. Man, Gary McSween, I'll tell you, he hit me. He punched me. He always gets me cranked up. He always gives the how-tos, and he always kind of gives me that emotional attachment of how to get to the next level and how to get ready. So I'm going to talk about and I got some of the speakers kind of mixed up here, but let me just go over some big notes. Invite a minimum of 5 prospects a day. They say if you're really doing this thing, you're talking about going chairman, not average. I'm not talking about average today. We're talking about giving your all-out best. Now, your best may be 10. Don't let me give you instruction and you're like, well, I thought 10 was good. If you're showing 10, you keep showing 10. But what I do know is you got to show. If you're not showing, right, you show 10 people in 1 month and no one signs up and you say, Randy, my business didn't grow. Well, you only showed 10 people. That's why the business didn't grow. Okay. So what they say here is invite a minimum of 5 new prospects, okay, to see the info online. Invite a minimum of 5 new prospects daily to see the information online. Now, this may be our Zoom calls that we do daily. This may be send them to legacyworldwide.net, okay, to watch number 2, okay, to give you an answer from there. The next one, set up 1 to 2 one-on-ones weekly. Set 1 to 2 one-on-ones daily, okay? So at minimum, you should have at least 5 one-on-ones weekly, meaning someone you physically see if you can, right? Building directly inside your market. So outside of the online meetings, right, you're also setting up your one-on-ones. And of course, guess what your one-on-ones lead to? Your one-on-ones, it means you and another person, just maybe be a friend. Your one-on-ones will eventually lead to what? 1-on-2s or 2-on-1s, meaning you and your friend, and now you are teaching your friend how you did your one-on-ones because you're now leading, okay? And so you're presenting for your friend that you brought in or your prospect that you brought in. So now you're picking up some leadership habits where you're teaching someone else what you did. That's leading, folks. And so leading starts at a small level. Leading has nothing to do with your rank. Okay, leading has a lot to do with your activities. And if you have no activities, you're not even leading yourself right now. So the first goal is we must lead ourselves. Okay, all right. Next, there was someone who gave a 3-step blueprint. Now this is the Trade House, folks. Man, I think Nate Frommley was talking about this. I think Josh Stewart. Understand these young men, they hopped on stage, and I want you to know they're first time in network marketing. Okay, first time. They're all chairman 100. So we watched their whole momentum happen. And to watch these young men over the past year, I can see the change on stage of how they change into leaders. They're different, right? I've seen from when Bryce Thompson was first a chairman 10, okay? And when I seen him in Atlanta, he's different. Why? Because there was something that happened in his journey that he learned to become a chairman 250, okay? And so it wasn't about the rank, it was all about the journey. And so whatever you're going through, I want you to start embracing it and saying, this is something that I have to learn. So maybe it might be, for example, I'll tell you, for me, when business rolls back, how do you respond? What is your perspective? Do you go into a negative state? Do you let it impact your whole day and therefore spiral your whole business? Or when something happens, you fight back immediately. You go even harder. What is your response to chaos? what is your response to pressure? Because there's a difference. Your response to pressure would determine where you are in your business or where you're going in your business. Like, you know, you can, I forgot where I seen this at, where they were talking about you can tell the difference between a diamond, right? Well, there's no difference between cubic zirconium and a diamond. The only way that you'll ever be able to tell the difference between these two stones is when you place them under pressure. See, one of them breaks under pressure, and one of them gets more beautiful under pressure. Are you a person who breaks under pressure, or are you a person who you flourish even more under pressure? Because if you get under pressure, what's happening is you're going to grow more. If you put more resistance on yourself, what happens is you're going to grow more and get stronger as a leader. Which one are you falling back? Right? That's the average. Average people, okay, the norm is they allow their feelings to control them. Right? So if pressure gets put on, most people go into a depressed state instead of going into putting the pressure back on and applying pressure against pressure. So in entrepreneurship, you can't fall back. You got to fight back. You got to go harder. You got to, if business is going back, you got to put in double time. You can't allow the emotions to control you, because the emotions will keep you exactly where it got you at, okay? In that same exact state, and we call that pity parties, okay? So he talked about the 3-step blueprint. So I'll just go over those 3 steps. Set a goal. Everyone talked about this. Everyone, you know, from Seth Bernstein, who was the owner of the Yankees, to obviously Bob Proctor talked about setting goals. You know, Alex Morton, every speaker who got up talked about setting goals and manifesting it and taking action towards those goals. You got to know where you're going, right? For those who listen to Stranger's Secret, he'll talk about it's like setting a GPS or the ship. If a ship doesn't set sail to where it's going, it's going to be lost inside the ocean. Okay, I listen to that every single morning. And so basically, if you don't set your GPS, you have no idea where you're going in life, and therefore you're going nowhere. So today, you need to put your goals, your target, okay, your target everywhere around your house. Where are you going? See, you got to understand, you got to manifest, you got to think about it every day. What is the thing that make you go? Okay, so set goals and know where you're going was the first step that he talked about, okay? Number 2, listen and apply. Now, when they were giving this was Nate Fromley actually who gave this. So Chairman 100, he's 21 years old. So he talked about this, how they duplicate this throughout their entire organization, okay? They set goals, they know where they're going, and then they listen and apply. Now, the listen and apply part is this. You got to find someone, right? So if the goal is chairman, is either myself, Nafiz, or some other chairman who's giving you a blueprint. Now, if you don't have a blueprint that to follow by, and some people do try to make them up, and I won't say that it's wrong, but I'll say that you'll have a hard time. And I'll say some people are just stuck on, I'm going to do it this way. Okay. But network marketing is not based off that. Network marketing is based off duplication. And so the reason that we put systems in place and we do the things that we do, don't think that I just created this. No, this came from a previous mentor. And it's a culmination of successful things that have happened that I've been able to put into one thing and to make it better. Right? I used to have a mentor say, if I had a faster way to make money, okay, and when you get paid, I get paid, don't you think I would tell you? Right? That's network marketing. So always understand, from my space, when I'm talking to you, mentoring or leading you and telling you, hey, we should probably take a step and do it this way, is because that has been the fastest way. So I'm talking about going hot market, warm market, and stay away from cold market. I'm saying it because I've experienced it, I've done it, and it's been mentored to me as well too. So that's what we get by listen and apply is step 2. And I love it because they joke around with it. They said, he said, if my chairman, you know, if Nate said left foot, right foot, make a spin, he said, I'm left foot, right foot, make a spin. Okay. And so if you're stuck right now, you look and you say, you know what, I haven't been applying exactly, you know, what my mentor, what my coach has been telling me to do. I've still been trying to do it my way. I've still been hard-headed about where I'm trying to go. Okay. And therefore you're stuck. So understand, listen and apply. Okay. And then number 3, education. Now, we talked about this, education / I'll just say this is the acronym GROW that we talked about, gaining knowledge, right? To lead, you must always be growing. The day that you stop growing as a leader is the day that you stop leading, the day that you stop having influence for others or over others, okay? Because there's nothing you can teach if you're not continually learning. It's like when I went to London, if I didn't get anything from London, or if I didn't go to London to learn more, to elevate myself, how do I elevate my team? How am I going to lead my team if I'm at the event? Okay, I'm at the event because I know that I have to pour into the organization. So education, always seek to get better. Now, inside of our business, here's where you educate yourself to get better, right? If I constantly tell you, get into the compensation plan, you haven't gotten the compensation plan, you don't understand it. You need to go get the compensation plan, okay? Print it out, highlight it, understand how you make money, right? It's going to motivate you, right? You see Chairman 500 needs 30,000 customers, and I know 30,000 customers I need on one leg, I need 12,000. On this leg, I need this many. On this leg, you should know at least the volume of those organizations. Wherever you're trying to go, you should know the volume. If I ask you, what does it take to get to Chairman 10? You've been in for a while. You've been running towards the rank. And you can't tell me Chairman 10 is 72,500, right? You haven't been obsessed, okay? One of the requirements to get to a goal is you got to have obsession about that goal. And nothing tells me you're obsessed about a goal if you don't even understand the comp plan. Listen, because an obsession, you know everything. Have you ever seen a kid who want a certain thing? Maybe it's a video game, maybe it's a toy, and they will literally break down every reason why they should have the toy, what the toy does, you know, when it was created. They know everything about that toy. Why? Because they have an obsession about it. And at some point, because of their obsession, they're going to get it. And my son, he wants a certain video game, for example. He will tell my wife all about that video game. And he hasn't even got it yet. But he'll say why, who's all have it, how many people have bought it, this, that, where it came from, who made it. Why? Because there's an obsession. And so what I'm saying, an obsession will cause you to automatically educate yourself. Guess what? A lot of you have obsessions about trading, okay? That's good. Right? We will go through every strategy, try to learn everything. We have obsessions about trading, but do you have obsessions about creating wealth? Do you have obsessions about getting out of debt? Do you have obsessions about really moving forward to change your life? Sometimes we may focus on the things, we may focus on all the things that are not going to get us there faster, if you get what I'm saying, okay? So educate yourself. Comp plan when it comes to learning how to grow your business. Trading, of course, plug into the trading sessions. Understand where everything's at. Go live platform. Just understand how to use im.center versus im.academy. You know, go and see what new things were added. If you go to your back office, if you haven't logged in for a while, you may not realize that it's all in one now. You can actually log into im.academy and actually get to im.center from there. You can actually download an app from your back office as well too, from im.academy. If you didn't know that, you got to be logging in, obsess about where it is that you're going in this business. Are you operating like $1 million a year business owner? If that's what you're chasing, are you operating like a six-figure or multiple six-figure franchise owner? Right? Someone who's making multiple six figures is going to just about know everything about their business, because that is what they need to do to get others in. Okay, so anything that when I get asked questions, for example, by a lot of people, where do you think I got the information? Okay, I got to go get educated. But one of the things I practice to do, instead of giving the answer now, is I show you where the answer is at. So instead of telling you the answer, I show you the answer so that you can apply it for others as well. No big deal. So the next big thing, make a decision. This was huge. I did in capital letters. We all know this. What is making a decision? Okay, making a decision. All right, we say this over and over again, is really cutting off, and I'm not saying cutting off all other options, but it's making it no option but to do what you said you're going to do. If you said you wanted to become chairman, right, and maybe at every event we go to, you're like, I'm going chairman, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but then when something happens, at the slight bit of resistance, you always fall back based off emotions. Then that means you haven't made a decision yet, because anytime that you go into the valleys, you stay there, right? For those who have made a real decision, they're going to fight their way out of the valley every single time, because a decision has been made. They're never going to lollygag about, is this really for me? If you find yourself constantly going back to the middle of the bridge and I don't know, you haven't made a decision yet. What I'm asking you to do over the next 6 months is you got to make an absolute decision where there's no doubt, there's no shaky grounds, right? Your foundation is not built on sand. You know exactly where you're going, and there is nobody who's going to stop me from getting there. No matter what you say about this, I'm doing it this way because this is the way to get to my freedom, right? You make that decision. You make it no option. There is no excuse you'll ever throw up once you make a decision, okay? And then Gary McSween talked about the 90-day run, okay? This is the one that got me. Okay. One of the things I have been heavily focused on, obviously, creating group momentum. And that's always, we want to pop ranks, we want to get everybody there. And one of the things he said, personal momentum precedes group momentum. And what I looked at that as, like, this is when I realized I knew I should be doing more, right? I could create momentum. I can go recruit a lot of people. One of the things I've been focusing on, I drop people in the system, but I'm not doing my best. That's just the truth. I recruit people on a daily, but I'm not doing my best. I know that I have the potential to reach out to 100 people, but maybe a portion of my ego was in the way. I know I have the potential to reach out to 100 people and probably sign up 25. And so that's what I committed myself is I'm going to start doing what I did when I first started in network marketing. And I wouldn't go to sleep until I contacted, and really most time until I signed up one person a day. You know, back then my goal was to not only show 10, but at minimum to sign one person a day up. That was just the attitude I had. And I looked at this and I said, Randy, why are you not at Chairman 50 right now? What is the reason? And you know, it's crazy because I've gotten so used to, I don't have any excuse. There's no excuse at all whatsoever. Why are you not at Chairman 50 right now? Well, you know, what I told myself, I said, you know what? Because you're not giving your all. You haven't recruited enough people. You haven't talked to enough people. And the truth is you haven't went through your journey yet, right? You haven't let your walls down. You haven't contacted every single person in your Facebook. Why? Because they're probably being another company. You care probably what they think. No, you haven't done all that you can do inside your business. You can do more, okay? So personal momentum precedes group momentum. So what I want you to do, if you don't have any momentum in your business right now, and you're like, why am I stuck? Why can't I get the platinum 150? Why can't I get the platinum 600? I need you to look in the mirror. You got to create momentum, especially getting the platinum 600. That's the first target, is getting the platinum 600, because I believe you can get the platinum, first of all, get the platinum 50, platinum 600, then you've now found a way to get to Chairman 10, but all it is just applying more consistently of what you were already doing, right? 10xing it, that's all. All right, another thing he said, daily, every single day you do this. It's called PS3, peak interest, show the plan, regardless if anybody else is showing the plan or not. Whether we have Zoom calls going or not, what determines whether you're going to be a chairman is whether you decide to show the plan regardless if anyone's presenting. You don't know how to present? Learn how to present, right? That's a core competency of someone who's going to become a chairman. You got to know how to expose your people on your own at some point. And if you don't know how, you're like, Randy, I don't know how to present. I don't know how to do this. My question to you is this: how many presentations have you been hopping on so that you can learn? When you hop on presentation, do you only hop on when you confirm that you invite someone? Or do you hop on to educate yourself, which we talked about earlier, right? It was that that three-step blueprint, education. Wouldn't hopping on a presentation so that you can learn it, right, and master it, be a part of that education so you can become a top leader? Absolutely. So if you find yourself not hopping on presentations because you don't have any invites on, then you're cutting yourself short as well too. So hop on presentations so that you can learn them. And I'll tell you, anytime you see a new presenter, I love hopping on for new presenters because I'll tell you, I've stolen things. I say stolen. I've stolen things from brand new presenters because there's things that they will say like, man, I didn't even think about it that way. That's awesome. I'm going to use that in my presentation. So I'm always learning how to improve the way that I present today, right? So I'm constantly educating on myself to get better, okay, to become more talented. So find yourself, so show the plan, learn how to show the plan, and learn how to get good at showing the plan, okay? There's nothing you can't do once you learn how to present in brief information. And listen, folks, this is not just gonna help you in network marketing. Let's say that you work a job right now. It's gonna create confidence inside of you, right? To stand in front of someone, to present, and to be confident about it. Because everything that we're gonna talk about, at the end of the day, it comes to how confident are you? The reason why people don't succeed is because of their lack of confidence and the narrative that the little person is telling themselves inside their head. I'm not good enough. I don't know if I present right. They're not allowing my presentation. I was stuttering. I got this. I got that. All excuses, right? Because you just got to do it. I remember I used to sweat all the time. Sometimes I still sweat, right? Because I just get hot. But you got to just do it. Why? You can't care about what people think. Because they don't determine your goals, and they don't determine where you go. You determine where you go. You determine your destiny based off your perspective and your response of how you answer to pressure and things that are happening in your life, okay? So show the plan 2 to 3 times a day, okay? That's the PS3. So average people So if you want to be average, show it 2 times a day. If you want to go above average, show it 5 to 10. 5 to 10 times a day if you're really doing this thing. Folks, we're about to go on a 90-day run. Do you realize that in our company, you can change your life overnight, literally in a month? Can you imagine you create so momentum? Because personal momentum precedes what? Group momentum. Group momentum is going to happen from personal momentum. Do you realize that? Let's say that you've been at platinum 600 over the past 2 years. And then some just kicks in. Today, you just kick into gear. You get on those phones. You get on Facebook. You get on Instagram. You just go. You go ham. You go hard. You go hard consistently and persistently over the next 90 days. And you hit Chairman 10. You go from a $600 a month income to a $10,000, $13,000 a month income. Do you think that will change your life? But let's just get it even better. This is what I thought. I don't know what you have. I don't know what's in your bank account. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know your debts. I don't know the pressure that's on you. But do you realize that it takes 2,500 customers to make $50,000 a month? Do you realize it takes 5,000 customers to make $100,000 a month? Right? So that means if you were to go, and I look, and this is my true statement. If I got to go put 5,000 people in myself over the next 6 months, folks, I'm willing to do it right now. Right? Every single day, I will be getting on these calls. I'll be in Facebook. I'll be on my phone, et cetera, et cetera. If I got to put in 5,000 myself because that's what's required, then I'm going to put in 5,000 myself. That's where I'm at in my business right now. Okay. Then I look at it this way: getting to Chairman 100, Chairman 250. Imagine 1, 2, 3 paychecks. Right? 4 paychecks at a Chairman 250. That's $1 million. You can help mama. You can help daddy. You can help your spouse. You can help your family. You can help a lot of people. How hard are you willing to go in this season? We got 184 days, and biggest thing I took from Seth Bernstein, he was a sales guy, one of the top sales guys. He talked about persistency, and he really said, don't quit. He says, you never know. One of his largest deals is because he didn't quit. He had a business that most people told him to give it up. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. They were trying to school him, and he stayed persistent. He didn't quit, and because of that, he was able to sell that business for multiple. I'm talking about multiple billions, 3-digit type billions. He sold his company for because he didn't quit and he didn't stop. And that one hit me. That one hit very hard. Because as you know, we've been going now. It's been 7 years. 3 months in the network marketing game. And, ultimate first goal has always been to make at least $1 million in 1 year. Okay. And so we stay persistent and consistent regardless of pullbacks, regardless of the upsets, regardless of anything that's happening that we can't control. The only thing that I know that I can control is I can control my emotions. I can control the way that I respond to the things that are happening around me. And one thing that I try to do a majority of the time is never take a victim stance, meaning I never take a stance where it's happening to me, okay, and I can't control it. No, I can control how I respond to it, so therefore I can change it, okay, because that's really, at the end of the day, all it comes down to is how something makes you feel. If it depresses you or places pressure on you that you can't take, then you eventually quit and you don't go forward. But if you have a different perspective where you say, okay, boom, I'm fighting back twice as hard now for that one. I'm going to show you. And you go twice as hard, you're going to find yourself not even just more of a stronger leader, but that you are going to excel and get what you want. And now you're going to look back and say, man, I'm glad that I applied the pressure back. And now you can coach others to do the same exact thing. And so London was powerful, definitely a game changer for me. And I'll tell you, I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. Between the coronavirus and everything else that was happening around the world, there were people that didn't show up because of things that were happening. And that's okay. But I knew that I needed to be there, especially because I had teams that were going to be there. So this next event, what I want to challenge each and every one of you on here, not only get yourself there, I want you to get 10, if not more of your members there, because it's for them. It's going to help them. It's going to change them. It's going to change their energy. It's going to move them where they're supposed to be. So that is the most important thing right now. Over the next week, let's promote like crazy the Houston event going into IM. If you haven't got your ticket already, you're on this call, get your tickets. You're already a chairman. It's already done. I want you to start acting as such. So here's what it looks like. Here's our game plan over the next 90 days. So first thing I want you to do on this call, okay, I want you to download a countdown app. I want you to know day by day what it takes, okay? day by day, because you're going to monitor this process. 90 days. We're doing 2 90-day runs. We're in the first quarter 90-day run right now. Okay. All right. Then the next one, I want you to take a full one going into September 4th. All right. I want you to set a goal today. So if your goal has always been, hey, I still want to be a chairman 10, you know, something, Nafeez, I love, Nafeez stretched us. I loved it. You know, like I said, it doesn't matter where people are in your organization, folks. You can learn from everybody. Okay. We had a big powwow after the event. Understand that's always the most important meeting. We had the meeting after the meeting. And, you know, Nafeez goes, one thing I like to do, I set my goal, but most time when we set our goal, I want everybody to think about your goal right now before I say this. Put your goal in your head right now. Right now. Think about your goal. If it's chairman 10, cool, chairman 10. If it's platinum 5,000, cool, platinum 5,000. Okay? I want you to think about it before I say this. Okay? Goals in your head, boom. Okay? Now, what you said was, now that goal is in your head, I want you to take your new goal is one step above that. Okay? So mine was chairman 100 by September 4th. It's now chairman 250, for real. Chairman 250 by September 4th. Why? Because here's what we do. We don't set goals that we get that's going to stretch us. We always set goals unconsciously. We don't know that we do it, but unconsciously we set goals that we know that we can get to. Okay. Or we set logical goals for ourselves. So chairman 10 or platinum 5,000 or even platinum 2,000 may be a logical goal for you. Like, I can get platinum 2,000 by, because if I say it to someone, I want to make sure I achieve it. So if we stretch you, okay, now we're setting real goals for yourself that is going to stretch you, that is going to give you the journey that you're supposed to have. Okay, so now you have your real goal in. And what I want you to do right now, go ahead and drop that goal in here. You know, drop the goal that one step above. I want you to drop it in this chat right now. Go ahead and participate. Remove the ego. Okay, 15 folks on here. I want to see 15 goals on this chat right now. Drop your goal. What is your goal going into the event in Houston, September 4th? Okay. So it might be chairman 10, it might be chairman 25, it might be platinum 5,000, whatever it is. Drop your goal in here if you're serious about making the money per month. I knew it was kind of sweet. I knew I was going to see chairman 25. Let's go. Who's next? Chairman 25 by September 4th. Let's go. Okay. Ashley Miller. Ashley Miller, didn't you guys already unless I'm thinking about someone else, platinum 600. But platinum 600, Ashley Miller. Now I want you to think, you guys got 180 days. So are you looking at building, or are you not building? I'm just going to, platinum 600, that's 12 customers. We got 100, we have 90 days twice. Platinum 600, platinum 2,000. And now on the same note, if you weren't looking to build, don't allow me to force you into building. If building was not your plan, then I get it. You're on the leadership call. That's cool. It's okay. What I want to do is make sure I'm mentoring you to get to stretch yourself. Is P600 stretching you? Okay. Is P2000 stretching you? Okay. You know, J Mac, I know you. P1000 by September 4th is not stretching you. Okay. MB, but now P2000. Okay. Listen, folks, I'm going to break this down for you. See what you're probably thinking about? I want you to think about exponential growth. How many leaders will you have on your team? How many lives will you change at that point, at that level? I don't want you to do goals that you can coast and just do. I want you to do stretching goals. Okay? Is for those who are dropping, let's talk about this. Let me give a better one. Are you happy? Everyone on here, if where you're at right now, are you happy where you're at right now? Can you afford your life right now where you're at? Like you live in the dream home that you want, right? You're in the relationship that you want to be in. You have the dream car that you want. You're able to pay off mom and dad's debt. You're able to take care of your family. You're able to give your kids whatever they want. You're able to travel around the world. Okay. What are the things that you want to do over this next year, over the next 2 years? That's more of a question. Forget the rank. What is it that you want to do? And based off the goal you just gave me over the next 6 months, can that pay for that life? That's probably a better question. See, I want to stretch you. I want you to know that you can be more than what you think you can become. Okay. And yes, that's right. So if that's a no, I need you to give me give me your income goal. If I was making $10,000 a month, that would set me up. If I was making $25,000 a month, that would allow me to take care of mom and dad. If I was making $50,000 a month, that would allow me to pay off my entire family's debt. If I was making $100,000 a month, okay, that would allow me to buy my parents their dream home. If I was making $250,000 a month, that would allow me to start charities all over the world and create schools to do this, to do that, to do this. I want to stretch you. That's what this call is about. Let's go. Chairman 25 is a great beginning. Absolutely. I'll tell you that for sure. Okay. So what I want you to do, guys, stretch yourself. Don't platinum 600 goals. That's not a goal. Okay. That's a pit stop. What do I say? Now, if you're not really building, I get it. Okay. If you're not building platinum 600, I want to get the extra income. I want to put it in my trading account. Cool. Right. I'm talking to my builders. I'm talking to the people who are leading in the organization. They want to lead a lot of people. They want to change other people's lives. I'm not talking about changing 12 customers' lives. I'm not talking about changing 30 customers' lives. I'm talking about changing, because our company's goal is to help 1 million families. Can I be 10% of that? Can I at least be 1% of that? Okay, that's what we're talking about. What is your impact in this world going to be? Because if you listen to The Stranger's Secret, you can't get anywhere without helping other people. Okay, so if you're talking about Platinum 600, I want you to think, that's not going to help a lot of people. Okay, that's casual. And Ashley, I'll tell you, you'll be surprised what you can accomplish in 90 days when it comes to network marketing. Because remember, you're looking at a perspective of you recruiting. Maybe you're looking at a perspective of you recruiting 12 people. This is only if you want to build, though. Don't let me push you somewhere that is not where you're going. If you're more in it for trading, then this conversation is not for those who are saying, I want to become $1 million trader, because that's about you. That's your goal. I want you to focus on, if that's what you want to do, then it's great. Focus on that. That's what it is. But if you're like, no, I want to help a lot of people. Okay. Well, then I want you to stretch yourself big time. Platinum 6, I think over the next 90 days, if the minimum goal that most people have, if you're building, I'm talking about builders, okay? I'll say P2000 is more up on track, okay? We're talking about 75 people in 90 days. You can do that on your own. But understand exponentially, okay? And we all have heard this before. First, today is only you. So you're thinking about, if it was only you, I would have to put in 75 customers on my own to hit P2000. But it doesn't work that way, right? We know that it works this way. Right, today, let's say you go out and recruit another person. Well, now it's 2. The next month you recruit 4. Then you heard 8. And then you heard, this can be weekly. Then 8 goes to 16 and 32 and 64. And then what? 128. If we're talking about, we're supposed to do this thing every day. So let's say if you're doing this every day, and let's say that you just happen to recruit 10 folks in a month, and then they do the same thing that you did, you would automatically have 100 people on your team within 1 month. Just like that. Platinum 2000 is knocked out. So I say that because I know exponentially, like if you were to stretch yourself and really go do this thing on a high level for real, and you're showing every day and you're doing the things you're supposed to learn, that you're going to reach those numbers fast. But there's no way that you can stretch yourself. You say P600, you can't even recruit me. I want to help you. If you were looking to recruit a leader, let's say something was happening in my company, okay? And I'll tell you, people were talking big money when I came over. I liked it. Okay, so I get it. So if you're talking about P600, then how are you gonna recruit your next chairman? If you're talking about P2000, how are you gonna recruit your next P5000? So I want you to think about that in the terms, it's about you, but it's not about you. Okay, how many people are you going to help? Who do you see walking across stages you're helping, right? How could Sakina fit in my goal if I'm just talking about, I'm good at Chairman 25 right now? Sakina wouldn't fit in my goals at all. No, I'm stretched. It's Chairman 250. Why? Because we're going to put in 30 brand new chairmen over the next 6 months. We're all running to chairman for those who make that decision to do that, right? Shadrach, I see you going to Platinum 5000. Let's go. Platinum 5000 by September 2020. Let's get it. Okay. So what I want you to do is just stretch yourself, folks. That's all I'm asking. I know it's different. Okay. But you got to set goals. So if I can give it to you this way, and I want you to 3 months, 6 months, don't think about what you've done. So what just happened? And I'll tell you, here's what I'm gonna tell you for the P600 folks. Here's what you did. Well, you said, well, I've been in this amount of time, okay? And I'm not even at Platinum 150. So let me just say Platinum 600, because that's in 6 months, or that's in 90 days. Let me say Platinum 600, because really, I didn't get there in 1 year. But that's not what I'm talking about. I don't want you to do what you did over the last year. That's the difference. What you did over the last year got you here. We want to change that personality. We want to change that person. Okay? We want to change that person over the next 90 days. We want to stretch you. We want to develop you. We want to create leaders. Maybe over the past year, you've never did a presentation. We're going to change that. This year, over the next 90 days, you're going to start presenting. Maybe the last year, you didn't really reach out to people, right? You showed one person a month and you expect your business to grow. Or you might have recruited some people and they dropped off because you weren't doing anything, or they didn't see any growth, or they didn't see any potential, or there was nothing to keep them there. We're going to change that. We need a different person than you were the year before. We need a different person over the next 90 days. That's what I'm asking you to do right now. I'm stretching you right now. Yeah, you might like, man, he's pointing me out. Yes, I am. Because this is a season where if I don't tell you, then you'll never develop as a leader. And it's time to change the game, folks. 2020 vision is time to elevate, right? And so this is what's going to get you to that level, is stretching yourself, okay? So when you get off this call, whether you drop it here or not, I want you to think about that. What will change your family's life for real? Aren't you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Aren't you tired having to think about which bill you're going to pay? If I'm going to pay this bill, I'm going to pay this bill. Aren't you tired of having to say, well, let me wait to do this? Aren't you tired of saying, man, I can't even make my membership due this month. I'm going to pay it a week from now because I don't have the money in my account, right? Aren't you tired of not being able to take care of mom, take care of dad, right? Or aren't you tired of the kids ask for things and you got to come up with some excuse about money is not important, right? Right? Aren't you tired of those things? Don't you just want abundance? Well, today is that day, and you got to change who you are today. You know, Sakina did a powerful talk. I wish we had recorded. We're going to get her to do it again. She did a powerful talk from the book that she was reading from. How did we say it? What am I not becoming? Sakina, what was that phrase? Powerful talk. Okay. What am I not becoming? So you got to become a different person. Who are you unbecoming? There it is. That's it. Who are you unbecoming? See, last year, you were someone different. The next 90 days will be way different. See, I say that because what I seen from Stage Mad, Nate, Chairman 100, I seen him when he was just hitting Chairman 10. Bryce, Chairman 250. I seen him when he was just hitting Chairman 10. Those young men are different. They're not the same people that were on stage. Why? Do you realize that they did a 12-month transformation? They became someone over 12 months. They became powerful leaders in their early 20s with great responsibility in 12 months. Bryce Thompson was a Platinum 5,000, and in 12 months, he went to Chairman 250. So how is it we're talking about Platinum 600? If we're really building. I'm only talking to you if you're building. This is me being frank with you if you're building. Don't take it as offense if you're not. If you're like, Randy, I'm only trading, then I get it. That's cool. We'll make that decision. That's your trading. And Platinum 600 is extra money. But what I'm talking about is you're like, nah, you're calculating who you were. And I want you to stop calculating who you were and focus on who are you unbecoming, like Sakina says. I love that. Because now we're going to become new people over the next 90 days. And we're going to do it fast. We're going to compress time. Okay? So this is your season to stretch yourself. Right? And like Sakina said, it's your season to stretch you, stretch others. And guess what? When you start stretching others around you, that's the benefit. Right? You benefit from that. Growth happens around you. People see your light. People follow that light. Okay, so this is our run, folks. Let's go. Expect to have some stuff that's going to be coming out over the next next week here. We're going to have a schedule out. We also have a brand new product. Let me talk about that real quick. Brand new product, absolutely powerful. ECX. We're in beta test right now. So Chairman 10, here's another benefit to go Chairman really fast. Okay, all right, Chairman. If you hit Chairman 10 within this beta period, guess what? You're going to be able to test it out. So this new product is not Forex, but it still makes money without having to recruit. It's e-commerce. What we did is we went out and got one of the best drop shippers / e-commerce guys in the industry, okay? He sold he sold, he said, what was this year, 750,000 items through social media. Okay. ECX, Echo, ECX. Okay. ECS is E-commerce Academy. Okay, so ECX is coming out. It's going to be available to chairman. So we're starting today. I'm going to let you guys know how it goes. And if we have a good beta run going into the event, we're going to launch it to the entire company. And so what it is, it's the academy, it's the go live, and then it's the actual strategy, the product. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to show you how to set up an automated online store. Okay, they're gonna show you how to set up an automated online store. Do you realize there are people that are doing this right now? They charge $20,000 to set up an online automated store for you right now. Do you realize that? And it's not gonna be no more than a couple $100 for people to be involved, just like we're doing the Forex Academy. So you're gonna be able to get in, get the education, go to the Go Live platform, and then actually set up your store, okay? And then they're gonna talk about how to see items when they're hot. So it may be, you guys see when there's earbuds that are hot, when there's this that's hot, when there's this that is hot, or targeted marketing. They're going to show you how to do all those things where you're making money, okay, from the product itself, and it typically costs $20,000, right? Do you see where we're going as a company? I Am Mastery Academy. You see where we are, we are disrupting industry after industry. See, in Forex, people are ready to charge you what? $25,000 in 1 year. And what do we charge? $235. So folks, this is another thing I want you to get confident about your product. Okay? You should be, when you talk to someone, $235, drop in the bucket. You gotta have that. Okay? $235, some folks may say, well, my people don't have the, forget that. Your people got the money. They gotta prioritize it. Okay? And you gotta talk it up. Stop accepting people's excuses. We're buying excuses. So here's what happens. You show 10 people, they don't have the money. We buy their excuse and we start saying that our product costs too much. What? No, folks, the product is too cheap. We got to elevate them. We got to bring them up, not bring us down. So I need you to change the game. That's why, who are you unbecoming? Okay? That's what I'm saying. You got to become someone different. Your mindset has to change. Okay? If you're not where you are, but let's say that, for example, going to Chairman 25, okay? I'm at Chairman 25. I tell you something, and this is not being cocky, and I hope I don't come off arrogant, but I tell you, here's what it takes to get to Chairman this and Chairman that. And then you come back to me to train me how to get to Chairman 10 again. But I just told you how I really got there. Whose advice is valid, mine or yours? It's going to be mine, okay? And that's just like if I was talking to, and guess what? If I'm talking to Nate, 21 years old, listen, he's a Chairman 100. He did it. I did it. I have to humble myself and bring it down and say, Randy, there is something, this young man knows something. What do I have to become to start making $100,000 a month? See, what it is, folks, in this game of network marketing, egos collide. And all I'm going to say is this. If you're not where you want to be at, bring the ego down. There's something that you have to learn to get to the next level. And you must do it that way, right? Whether it's the duplication, okay? Whether it's doing the presentation, whether it's doing it this way. Yes, there's a lot of ways to do this thing, but there's also people who've done it that way and it didn't work. So one thing that I got really good at was just being coachable, folks. I was coachable in my last business, coachable in this business. If someone has something that I want, I'm going to do exactly what they're doing, and I'm not going to change it up. Left foot, right foot, make the spin. I'm always remember that from London. They had their whole group up. Left foot, right foot, make the spin. What is your mentor telling you? Okay? And then who are you learning from? Okay, if you're talking about becoming a chairman, you can't learn from someone you can't learn from someone who's just sitting at Platinum 600. Okay, so we have a lot of people they can teach you how to get the Platinum 600. But at some point, when they teach you how to get the Platinum, this is what gets great though. Let's say you're at Platinum 600 right now. You teach someone how to get the Platinum 600. You teach 3 people how to get the Platinum 600. Your leadership is now expanding, by the way. Okay, you teach 3 people how to get the Platinum 600. Now you're educating. Where are you sitting at now? Your Platinum 1000. And now you're now qualified to teach those 3 people, the people in your organization, how to get the Platinum 1000. Why? Because you helped 3 people get the Platinum 600. and you just got to Platinum 1000. So now you go teach those Platinum 600s. Here's how I got to Platinum 1000. I helped 3 people get the Platinum 600, and that's how I got there, okay? Boom. You now teach them how to get the Platinum 1000. They get the Platinum 1000. Boom. You're where? You're now to Platinum 2000, maybe on your way to Platinum 5000. You hit that, what can you do? You can now go down and teach a Platinum 2000, a Platinum 1000, how to get the Platinum 5000. You teach them that, okay? Because that's what you know how to teach them, okay? And you teach, this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I did. I taught these people right here. Now you're teaching people how to lead. Teach people how to teach. You guys have a choice. Teach people how to teach, you can go to the beach. Teach others how to teach is the next level, folks. That's it. And that's where the duplication process starts at. So I won't hold this call up too much. We are where we are. So here's what we're going to do. Over the next week, my goal is to really, I'm going to stretch myself, and I know I should have been did this a long time ago. I know Sakina will probably agree with me. I'm going to make sure we put our IBO system out, folks, meaning I'm going to make sure I have invite videos that we're going to have an IBO tab. So when someone gets started and they are like, I'm ready to build a business starting today, you can now push them to the IBO section on the Legacy app. And we're going to have an invite video. Okay. We're going to have a closing video. Okay. We're going to have a peak interest video. Nafeez just did a powerful training about, what did he call it? It's the close that, like it's pretty much just a guaranteed close, man. When he said that, I said, Nafeez, I need you to do a video on that, bro. It's good. So I'll try to stay on the fees this week to get that video done. And when you guys get this close, it's a close that everyone is going to sign up. And it really gives you their objection right offhand. If after this close, they don't sign up, it's the money, period. The money. And then we had a response to that. So I'm going to have him give the response about the money so that we don't make it awkward. So now it's getting the date from them. So the fees will come with a full training on that close. So I'll have him do that. And then we'll talk about how to present. So I'm going to do a how to present video, right? How to give your story at the beginning of the video, okay? How to do the mindset shift at the beginning of the video, and then how to go into the information. Why we keep our presentations, around 30 minutes, depending on who you are, okay? Your presentation should be 20 to 30 minutes. If you're a captive speaker, and if you're a captive speaker or not, if you're a captive speaker and you have things that you say that move people emotionally, sometimes you can take your presentation to 45 minutes to an hour, but understand, not everybody's going to be able to do that, so we have to make it duplicatable, okay? All right, so we're going to have those videos out, so we'll get that done this week. But that's our call, folks. I'm absolutely excited. Get ready. 90-day run starting right now. Let's elevate. Let's get to our levels. For those who are looking to go chairman, let's go. I'll be in each and every one of your markets, so you should be receiving a text from me. So we're setting up dates. We're setting up times, and let's go. This is our time. You guys have a great one. Peace. Let's go. We'll show 2 to 3 a day. For those who are going all in, we're going to show 5 to 10. 5 to 10 new prospects. Come on. Taking pages from a magazine. Let's go. You see, every song I play, you got to listen to the words too. You know the truth can be a weapon to fight this world of ill intentions. No answer to the same question. How many times will you learn the same lesson? Come on. You got it all wrong. You just gotta hold on. And on and on and on. 'Cause we're gonna be legends. Let's go. Gonna get their attention. That's right, Miguel. Let's go. I see you out there, Miguel. I see you hitting the streets. I see you out there getting it. Let's go. Chairman is done. And it's about to be legendary.